Hey guys, Kenny Wisdom here with another Trainer Tip Tuesday, and today I'd like to talk to you about the ability to stay interested in Pokemon during this time of the year, sort of the late summer season. So as most of you know, Worlds is just around the corner, just a few weeks away, and while this is incredibly exciting, Worlds is a great event. It means that a lot of you guys don't have any events to play in until after World when the season rotates and league challenges start back up. There's nothing like cities or states yet for a long time. And I've seen a lot of players who maybe new or inexperienced or just, play a lot of events but don't happen to make it to Worlds kind of fall out of favor with Pokemon over these months. And I just want to give you guys a few quick tips on how you can prevent that. The first way is to go to Worlds. I mean, Worlds is an incredible event. I've been to 11, 12, 13, 14. I've been to 4 World Championships so far. I'm going to my 5th this year in Boston. And I'll continue to go regardless of whether or not I have an invite until either I die or the game dies, which hopefully both don't happen anytime soon. But the point is, Worlds is an incredible experience that I think every Pokemon player should go to at one point. Even if you're not qualified, or even if you don't live in the area, it's worth the time to travel. The whole atmosphere of the event is great, and chances are you have some people attending, so you'll have some people to hang out with, even if you don't know a whole lot of other people. Um, and yeah, it's just an incredible event to go to, and even this year, we have things like the Boston Open, which is a regional levels event being held during day 2 of Worlds. It's completely open to the public. There is an entry fee. It has regionals level pricing, which means, I guess similar to regionals level pricing. It has regionals, championship points, and then the winner gets a case and a playmat, and it all scales down from there. With I think top 32 in Masters end up getting an entire box. So super great event, gives you a totally reasonable excuse to come out to Worlds and get a jump start on next year's prizes, even if you're not qualified for the event. And I'm really glad that Pokemon decided to make this event to make up for the grinder that no longer exists. And I know you guys might be a little bit intimidated by going to an event the size of Worlds, but I'm here to tell you there is nothing to worry about. The Pokemon community is absolutely great, and the amount of people at Worlds mixed with the energy and the excitement is really something you have to see to believe. It's an incredibly fun event, and if you're anywhere in the area, if you have the ability to go at all, I strongly recommend you check out the spectacle that is Worlds. But let's just say you can't go to Worlds. Let's say you don't have the money for the hotel and plane ticket, or you just can't get off work, or you have another obligation. What also you can do is help a person in your area or a friend you know online to prepare for Worlds. Even if you're not super close with this person, or even if you don't consider yourself as good as them, most players can use help preparing for Worlds, even if it's something as simple as playtesting on PTCGO, talking about decks, sharing deck lists, whatever it is. Again, I think a lot of people will be more open to this than they say. And I think a lot of, I don't think there's very many players in the world, even if they have a good base of friends, even if they have a good team that, won't turn down, that will turn down rather a few hours of playtesting here and there, or just another someone to bounce ideas off of. And even if you don't know the person very well, it's a great way to become friends. It's a great way to kind of put yourself out there and say, hey, I'm willing to do this thing for you. You know what I mean? I want to do something that will mutually benefit us, even if I'm not as good as you. I'm helping you get your reps in. You're playing with me, which is helping me improve, and it really is a benefit for everyone. And again, back with the intimidation thing about going to Worlds, I'm sure a lot of you don't feel comfortable approaching players like this, especially if you're newer or don't really know them, but 99.9% of the people you'll meet in the community are great, they're nice, they're caring, and like I said, a lot of them could use this help. So the last thing is league challenges are happening. I can never really keep track of when they happen because it seems to be just completely random to me, but I'm sure there's an order to it. And I have seen a few on the website for my area, so they are happening, and they're not as relevant because they are the old standard format going into next year's standard. Ancient Origins isn't out yet, etc., etc., but I think that league challenges are a good way to keep up with Pokemon and to kind of still have that same love for Pokemon, even if there's a month or two where you're not playing many events, or at least many events that aren't relevant to you. So definitely stay up to date with that. Try and go to league challenges. You just keep igniting that spark of wanting to play, even if there's no big events. Lastly, I know I said the last thing was lastly, but this is really lastly. The coverage for Worlds is great. They've really stepped it up in the past few years. This year's Worlds is being covered by Kyle Sukovich, Josh Wittenkeller, Dylan Mayo, Josue Rojano, all the same guys. Not sure about the VGC guys, but I know there's some top tier commentators as well. I expect the coverage to be great. You'll get to see a lot of really good players, a lot of innovative decks. I expect the experience. Sometimes I'm jealous when I go to Worlds because I don't have the experience of hearing all the coverage and being at home and watching it, all very, very highly produced and catered as you guys do. Obviously, I would never trade going to Worlds for not, but it is certainly an experience you can have. I mean, I recommend having a viewing party. This is something we did for the Klzinski Open, which was held right after Worlds a few years ago. A bunch of us got together and, made some food, got some drinks, and watched the whole tournament together. I mean, it was a really fun experience. We got to talk about the plays. We got to, all enjoy a hobby like sort of similar to how you can see our hobby becoming an esport, which is really cool. Not quite at the level of a lot of others out there, but it's certainly getting there. And again, if you can't make it to Worlds, I highly recommend you check out the Twitch stream. Support the stream. We'll have thousands of people watching. We'll have hundreds in the audience, and I think you'll really enjoy it. So there we go. Go to Worlds if you can. If you can't, help someone out. If you can't do that, go to League Challenges, and if you can't do that, then watch Worlds from home. I hope to see all of you there, and please let me know what you'd like to see in the next week of Trainer Tip Tuesday. I know the past few weeks we've talked about kind of ethereal things that haven't been directly about improving in the game, but I would really like to cater to whatever you guys want to see. If you guys would like to see specifics about, certain plays to make or certain decks to play or anything, legitimately anything, just please let me know in the comments and I'll put them on the list and we can get them pumped out in these next few weeks. My name is Kenny Wisdom and thank you for watching.